Hi there, this is my teaching lesson here. Today I will be teaching on the radial arm saw for students in the 9th to 12th grades. And the portion of my lesson that we're going to be going over right now for this class is the in-shop demonstration, or in-shop identification, my bad, of the parts of the radial arm saw. As I bring my students out, we're going to reiterate to all of them that we will always have our safety glasses on every time we are in the shop. Before we come out to the shop, though, we've already gone over a PowerPoint of what the parts are, some safety rules that all go along with a radial arm saw and the uses of that tool. So just let's go over a few of the pieces here. First thing we're going to go over with the radial arm saw is the saw blade itself. This one in particular has an 8-inch saw, so it will only cut. It won't even cut a true 4x4 all the way through because it's a smaller model. But some of the safety pieces that we will deal with on a regular basis are the kickback fingers here, which will have to be adjusted per each piece of wood that is used. Things to remember are no wood length, or no piece of wood should be cut that's anything less than 8 inches long. And that's because you should always keep your fingers minimum of 4 inches away from the blade at all times. And on this here, and you can see on the blade, or on the bed of it, I've got 2 X's and 2 lines where no fingers or hands should ever be during a cut. Some other features, safety features for this model in particular, is the stop for the sliding stop. Every time a person is done with the use of the saw, the blade and motor head unit should be pushed all the way back and locked into place so it's out of the way, so nobody can hurt themselves if somebody accidentally turns it on and whatever. So it's out of the way and safe. The safety stop, though, however, or that sliding stop, is also used for rip cuts. This particular saw, we're only going to use it for cross cutting because we have table saws and other tools that we can use for rip cuts, but this particular model can be used for rip cuts if set up properly by twisting the whole unit and rotating it 90 degrees using our other locks over here, and you can turn the whole unit, and then you can lock this into place however far away from the safety fence that it needs to be, that you're ripping, and you can actually slide a piece of wood into it. It almost be kind of like an upside down table saw in that manner. But that's the sliding stop there. Some other parts that we have here. Up here we have the height adjustment. Go one way to go up, go the other way to go down. Like I said, over here we have the rotate, which not only can you rotate for your rip cuts, but you can rotate it to, if you needed to cut miters or whatever. Over here we've got our dust port, so we would hook up to our vacuum so that when we're cutting we have dust and chip collection being taken care of on that note. Then we always have our nice flat, make sure there's always a nice flat bed, and when you put up a piece of wood, now granted this isn't 8 inches, but when you put up a piece of wood, always make sure that it has a fairly true surface that you're going to put up against the fence right here. So that way it sits nice and flat at all times. The last thing that we're going to talk about real quick is the fact of you should never stand in front of the blade. You should always stand to the side of it. When you do that, as you can see, these blades here rotate forward, so it's actually going to try to eat into the piece of wood. And if you do not have a firm grip on it, it can actually, once you get into the wood, actually come out really fast. Well, if you're not paying attention and it comes a little quicker than what you're expecting, you may move your hand and slip and cut yourself or whatever. So that way, if you stay to the side of it at all times and out of the way of the blade, then you don't have to worry about that being the case. So those are the pieces and things that we're going over here on the radial arm saw today. And we're going to go back into the classroom and talk about a little bit of actually how to set up some stuff on that tool. Thank you very much.